Ty, maybe just walk us through the big goal, and was that one of the biggest goals you've ever scored?
Yeah, definitely. I think, Villamanis made a really nice play coming up the wall, and that's something we've been working on and trying to get going in the series, and it just happened to execute that time. So yeah, it was a great goal, and it was a great play by all the guys, just creating space and making the right plays.
Coach Ryan Oulahen, what can you say about your team's effort? Obviously, a good portion of that first overtime, it seemed like you guys were just trying to stay alive, and obviously some big saves from your goaltender, but Ty comes through there in the second.
I think the word that would sum it up is relentless, with their guys. The first 10 minutes of the first period, I thought they made a really good push, and then I loved our game the rest of the way through. Other than the first overtime, I thought they were better than us there, and Mikey kept us in it, gave us a chance, and then we came out in that second overtime with a little bit more jump, a little bit more legs, and a great play by, as Ty said, Sandus coming up, a little slip play, and Ty finished it off. But I mean, just relentless, our guys there, especially in the third period, to keep clawing back there. It's pretty fun to coach these guys and be on the bench with them.
Jack?
Coach, you talked about it being a relentless effort from your team. It's almost the opposite way most of the games in this series have gone, where you guys have gotten out to a good start, gotten the early goal, and then they've battled back. This time it was them scoring first and you guys battling back, and every time that they scored to go up, you were there for the answer. What can you say about that resiliency and that relentlessness from your team?
It's just showing how good both teams are. I think it's showing the dedication both teams have. They're fighting for each other. Like, I give those guys a lot of credit. They look like they're a tight-knit group, just like we are, and that's a sign when you never get down, you never feel like you're out of a game because you make that push back. And I give credit to these guys. It's like they're fighting for their lives right now. They don't want to go home. They want to keep pushing this, and it's a pretty entertaining hockey game.
You got Anthony Romani back for Game 4. He has 2 big goals for you here in Game number 5, but he leaves the game in the third period. Do you have a status update on him and if he's going to be available for Game 6 on Sunday?
I think there's a good chance. I think just something that, we'll work through. Unbelievable game by him. I mean, you look at a guy like Anthony Romani, he scores 58 goals this year. That's the type. He scores one 6 inches from the crease, and he scores one beautiful shot. Like, he can score in every single different way. He's just a great weapon for us.
Ty, you've been with this team for 3 seasons now, going on this third run to the Eastern Conference Final. To stay alive here in this game and force a game in front of your home fans on Sunday, what does that mean to you, and to have a 4-point night?
Yeah, absolutely. I think, for us, it's just the will and drive that we have, and we know that, like Coach truly said, that we have such a tight-knit group, and we just play for each other, and that's what our main thing is playing for each other, playing for the organization, and playing for the community. We don't want to stop, and we want to keep going. So I think that's why we're just putting forward our best efforts every night.
Ty, there was a 5-minute stretch in the third period where there were 4 goals scored. Oshawa would score, and then you would battle back and get one. Just can you talk about at that point in the game, the mentality and the mindset of your guys on the bench after Oshawa would score to go right away and get that back and then grab the momentum back in that sense?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that just shows it's 2 good hockey teams going at it, and I think for us it's just always staying positive, but you can't get too high, you can't get too low in these moments. It's just about staying even keel and knowing and having the trust and the belief in our group, knowing that we can do this.
Coach, when you go to overtime and it's 80-plus minutes of a game and you have to kind of shorten your bench a little bit to, make sure that your top guys are getting out there. You put the Villamanis line out there a lot in that overtime. They're younger guys, so I'm sure they can handle it, but what's the mentality from the coaching standpoint of shortening your bench and knowing, when you can put guys out there, or if some guys haven't been out there for almost a full period, to trust that they're going to get their assignments right?
You just kind of, unfortunately, being on the road, you kind of go off the dictation of, what they're doing. And both teams just went down to the exact same line matchups, and it's just like we were rolling 3 lines. It's kind of that mutual agreement at that point, and you just kind of see what happens. But, I think the guys, because both teams are doing it, right? So you just got to do what you got to do, or else we're going home. So I think that's the mentality at that point.
Ty, Justin Ertl gets the 3-3 goal, then he feeds you for the 4-4 goal. What can you say about his role on this team and how important he was tonight for your squad?
Absolutely. I think, he's such a big piece of this puzzle, and he's been amazing. He's been amazing all year, and you can see it throughout the whole year, his development, and just, you know, he makes the right plays and he can bury the puck. So, I mean, he's just a great guy, a great teammate to have on the team, and, you know, you can really rely on him in these kind of moments, and he's a big player and steps up in these big opportunities.